My jeans always rip like, excuse my French, like in the gooch every time. And so there's a sewing machine in the garage that Jordan's going to learn how to use because I got like 3 pairs of pants that are like on the cusp of a gooch rip. Boom. We out here. Thank you for joining us. Salt of the Streets. Ooh, deep as fuck in this microphone today.
Oh, baby.
Salt of the Streets pre-show. This is the podcast pre-show. I am Donovan.
I'm Colin.
And we're doing this thing. This is episode 42 pre-show. Thank you for joining us. Like I think I already said, I usually say that 2 or 3 times.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's just who I am. We have all kinds of social medias. Obviously, you're watching this on Facebook if you're watching the live stream, or you might be watching it afterwards on YouTube at Salt of the Streets. All of our stuff is at Salt of the Streets on Facebook, Instagram at Salt of the Streets. We have a saltofthestreets.com where you can find absolutely everything. All of the episodes are posted there. The videos are posted about there. Our blog posts every Thursday. We got all kinds of stuff that goes on. And then our personal social medias. I am at Salt of the Street on Twitter and Alpaca_Donovan on Instagram. And he is Big Bird Offie on both of them.
The biggest of the birds.
The biggest and the yellowest of the birds.
I'm not yellow. You calling me a coward? I've been playing too much Red Dead. Somebody calls me yellow. Them's fighting words.
That's a great game.
Truth be told, I haven't played any Red Dead this week at all.
Oh, I definitely been making time for that. It's in a bad way. Yeah. And so that's even part of my grab bag is a couple of things that I saw in that.
I did text you earlier today or this week on one of my numerous ferry trips this week. I've been all over. I've been back and forth on that ferry.
Yeah.
I think 3 times this week. Or today will be 3 times. I don't remember. Too many. Way more than usual. We'll just say that. And, but yeah, I was listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast. 'Cause I'm a big Rooster Teeth fan. The guys behind Red versus Blue and stuff like that. And they have this huge, video empire now online that stretches huge.
Yeah.
But one of their main guys, his name is Geoff Ramsey. He did the voice acting for, I guess, apparently more than one character, or at least one character that kind of pops around. He's one of the postmen. And the first time I ran into him was at Valentine. And I heard his voice. I was like, oh, shit, that's Geoff. You
recognized his voice in the game?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was so happy about it. Apparently, a lot of their fans were like kind of pissed because they're like, oh, you broke the 4th wall. Now I recognize your voice in this game, and it just feels...
who fucking cares?
I was like, dude, I was so jazzed when I heard that.
Yeah.
I love to hear stuff like that.
That's pussy shit.
Like Nathan Fillion in, the various Halo games. He voiced a bunch of those.
Ooh, the fuck is Nathan Fillion?
Oh, I'm going to hit you. Oh, you ever seen the show Firefly?
I do know what you're talking about.
The movie Serenity.
Okay. Okay, that's that dude.
That big show.
Okay, I gotcha. I just didn't know his name. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did some of the voices. I think the first time I remember hearing him was like in ODST, maybe, back in the old days.
Really?
Yeah, just one of the rando characters. But he does a lot of voiceover work.
I would like to get famous enough one day that I could do that. I love playing video games, and I would love to hear myself in a video game. That would be kind of cool.
What franchise would you fit best in? Your voice.
Oh, man. I would have to be in Fallout or something. I would have to be in some type of thing where people talk. Like, you ever play Fallout 3?
Yeah. Okay,
so you meet the dude who does the Radio 3 Dog.
Yeah.
I would have to be somebody like that.
There you go.
That's where I would be at. But I would love that. That would be
so cool.
I would be so happy.
Man, I would be so happy. Yeah. Is that a South Park reference?
Absolutely, Good. It is.
Damn you, Craig!
Before we go any further, why don't you tell me and everybody what you ate today before we started? Because we're doing an early show today.
This is true.
Because you are going to start your path on the career to professional photographer this afternoon. So we had to record the show a little bit early. It is...
And I appreciate that, by the way.
Oh, that's totally fine. It is 10:18. I feel better now that I'm drinking this beer with the fucking terpenes in it.
Hair of the dog, baby.
Yeah, this is from Wingman Brewers. This is the Mighty High PA. It is an American-style IPA with cannabis terpenes added. There is no THC. There is no CBD. but it is 7% alcohol, and it's actually really delicious.
From Tacoma, I think.
So Jordan asked me this, and I think that it might be true. I think that Morgan might enjoy this. I don't know how much she really likes beer, but because she likes the smell of weed, you know, I think she might really enjoy this. Because definitely when I opened it, I could smell weed.
You can
like
certainly...
out the can. It smells like it. Not overwhelming, not dominant, you know, and it doesn't taste dominant either, but it's...
Yeah, it doesn't taste like we're eating an edible, drinking an edible.
I compared it kind of to Space Dust because it's kind of bitter like that, and it seems like it would probably be a little bit cloudy if we poured it into a glass, you know? So.
We could do that. we could. We have the technology. So why don't we just kind of talk?
Wait, what did you eat today?
Oh, yeah. I was just going to skip over that.
Nope.
No, actually, I was very good. I got up and made myself a big-ass breakfast sandwich with 3 eggs, big old sausage patty.
Nice.
It was really good. And I had a banana.
I'm proud of you.
What? Aren't you?
That's
and I only
up.
had a half a cup of coffee, and then it got really cold, and I was like, I can't drink this right now. It's so weird. Regular drip coffee.
Jesus.
You can't just let it get cold, and then it's iced coffee. It tastes nar after that. Nar. And I love iced coffee, but you just can't have a regular cup of coffee go cold, and it's not the same. It's just not the same.
This thing stinks.
Does it?
Yeah, that's pretty legit.
Holy crap.
The terp juice, like you said.
The terp juice.
Yeah, that terp sauce. That's going to be crazy.
Sauce.
I'm excited for that. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about... Last week we talked about some shit having to do with Trump, right? We talked about some Trumpy things. And we are going to get into more of that because there was some crazy developments this week.
So many.
With Paul Manafort and Michael Cohen. So we're going to go over those things. We have talked about both of those men before. Paul Manafort used to be the campaign manager for the Trump campaign when he was running for president. Michael Cohen used to be his personal attorney / fixer / fucking idiot / cab company guy / whatever. Property
all around
person.
Sleazy businessman.
Yes. So we're going to talk about those things. We're going to talk about Russia and the Ukraine. Because I was looking at that today. It's pretty cut and dry. Like there's not a whole lot of information because it's pretty basic. Like it's this like Russia's lying about it, and then here's what's really going on, and it's interesting to talk about, you know. But,
for sure.
So we're gonna get into that. We got a lot of stuff in the grab bag. I got some fucking pop culture that is gonna knock your dick in the dirt.
Boom.
We got some sports that is wild as fuck. I think I got to grab a page out of my car over to the sports because I have more sports from last week that I forgot to do. A couple of little record things. And that is what I think we're doing for the show. But other than that, what did you do this week? You said you were on the ferry a whole bunch, right?
Multiple times. Yeah, we have for part of my work, we have essentially a supplier / like maintenance operator that operates out of Mount Lake Terrace, I want to say. And best way to get there is jump on the ferry boat.
Yeah.
Head over to Edmonds and go over there. So I had to go over there for something this week. And then I had a conference up in Bellingham I went to this week, where I got this clutch new hat.
It is a nice hat. I do like that.
It's like a golf hat. It's got that ripstop, kind of real thin material.
Yeah.
And it's all white, which means I can't actually do any work with it.
But you can wear it on the podcast.
Yeah. So. I'll wear it in the office and at podcast.
There you go.
But
it's crisp looking though, like the colors are bold, so that's...
I should be wearing my blue, what is that? Not Eddie Bauer. Maybe it is Eddie Bauer. That nice blue jacket that I have. It goes very well with the white and the blue.
You seem like an Eddie Bauer type of guy.
Yeah.
It seems right up your alley.
It's like...
Just like that hat.
It's like fashionable hiking gear.
Yeah. All that stuff is now, though. I mean, even like all the North Face shit and like Patagonia is really big right now. You know?
Yeah.
So...
Well, it's all really, really good quality stuff. I'm wearing Eddie Bauer jeans right now. Right?
My jeans are about to rip. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why would you... You putting on the daddy weight or...
No, it's always... My jeans always rip like... Excuse my French, like in the gooch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
every time. And so there's a sewing machine in the garage that Jordan's going to learn how to use because I got like 3 pairs of pants that are like on the cusp of a gooch rip.
Ooh.
And I just...
That's a bad spot for a rip too, man.
Yeah. So if that's not a clip for you this week, then I don't know what is.
Right.
Yeah. So
flag that.
And I really like these jeans. So I'm just very careful with what I do with them, you know, because jeans are expensive. Like,
yeah, they ain't cheap.
A good pair of jeans is expensive. And so it's shitty that the rest of them is holding up just fine, but the gooch is not. And like, it's not
my heavy gooch, bro.
It's not my fault that I have big legs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is true.
I just, ever since I played football and stuff when I was in school, my legs have been just big. Like, and that's just.
Well, yeah, you build up that base muscle like that. It's not really going to go away.
It's straight meat, you know, like it's not like there's a bunch of extra fat on here. Like it's straight meat, but yeah, it makes it hard to buy jeans sometimes, and then you buy jeans and then the gooch rips and
sometimes you just buy jeans and then your gooch rips.
And then your gooch rips. So
so this is how you know it's going to be a good day.
Yeah. So, did you do anything else this week?
Just dealing with, you know, family stuff and it's been one thing after another this week. I think I've had probably a total of like, I don't know, 3 hours of quote unquote free time this whole week, maybe.
Yeah.
Less than a half hour a day, probably. Sleep to kind of go along with that. And I think I averaged around 3 hours sleep this week a night. But I got a nice solid like 7 last night. So I'm feeling pretty good about life today.
Nice 7 hours and a 3-egg sandwich. So
ooh, baby.
That's a way to be.
That's 3 plus 7.
I usually I usually rock like 3 or 4 eggs for breakfast. And I think that's like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, like eggs, I don't think you can eat too many. I think Drew told me once
solid source of protein. I think
Drew told me once that he'll knock out a half a dozen eggs in like one sitting. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's a fuckload of eggs.
If I'm doing like straight scrambled eggs, half a dozen is pretty easy.
4 eggs. Because I told you the enormous breakfast I usually have before the podcast is like 4 scrambled eggs, like a bunch of sausage and maybe some hash brown patties or like an English muffin or something like that, you know?
It's got to be your only meal till dinner.
Yeah, it's so much fucking protein just to like keep my brain going, you know, and keep us moving. Like it's necessary. And I love that shit. Scrambled eggs are fucking delicious.
Dude. And they're so versatile. You can do anything with them.
Anything.
Where would we be without the chicken?
I wondered who the first person was to scramble an egg. You know, I think about that type of thing in particular all the time. Like who, and I know I'm not the first person to ask this, like who the first person to fucking eat an egg was, you know, saw a chicken lay an egg and you're like, I'm going to eat that. Like, I'm going to try and eat that, you know?
Because that's really weird to think about.
Yes.
You know, who was the first person that was like, that plant right there, I'm either going to eat it or it's going to kill, you know, and it's going to sustain me or it's going to kill me. And the same thing goes with like a chicken egg. What makes you think that little hard little rock thing that the chicken poops out is something you want to eat?
Right. And I'm sure it started with like a bird up in a tree. You know, you're pulling one out of a nest. But even then, like...
I bet you...
That even just seems strange, but...
When we were basically chimps up in the treetops, I bet you we were stealing bird eggs.
But you got to think at that point... Because they're in a nest, they're probably, and I don't want this to be too graphic for anybody. I know my mom's a vegetarian or whatever. It's probably like half a bird, you know, like the Filipino, the balut or whatever, you know, it's like 3/4 of a bird that they just let sit in an egg and do whatever. And that's probably more what it is. And so the first person to eat egg without a bird in it, like just had to get to it early enough that it hadn't been fertilized yet, you know, or that it like wasn't far enough along in the process.
The old school Cadbury egg.
And at that point, upon opening up this egg and you don't have substance in there besides like a yolk and whatever, you know, you're still just like, all right, let me give it a shot, you know? That's just weird. I don't know. That's just a strange thing, but I guess that's why I'm not
That's a part of human evolution I don't necessarily care to dive into. I'm just going, you know what? I'll just take it for what it is. I don't know why. There's
shit like that I would love to have been able to see, you know, just happen in history. To be able to just watch from like 30 yards away and be like, rad.
Yeah.
You know, that's rad. And then just come back. Like,
that's why I want a time machine. I don't want to go back and like well, okay, I don't want to say that, but I don't want to like go back and not
even gonna
and
continue.
try to assassinate Hitler because that's, I don't know, maybe I would. But but no, I'd be more interested in like going back and like answering evolutionary questions.
Yeah.
Like I really want to know how we got from up in the canopy to down and why we like went out onto the plane.
Yeah.
Why? What happened? Because for whatever reason we did.
They asked in Tell 'em Steve Dave one time if you went back in time and found Hitler as a baby, would you kill Hitler as a baby? You know, like because you know that he's going to turn into Hitler, but like you have to kill a baby. Like that's, you know, it's like a strange.
Yeah.
So they talked about it. They talked about it for a long time about whether or not they would be able to
there
like,
was,
it was pretty interesting.
There was like that was in, spoiler alert, not really, but Deadpool 2, I think. At the end, like he was like, because they had that time traveling ability.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, I don't think he ended up being able to, I can't even remember if he did it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were fucking with that. They were just like pacing back and forth like, all right, sorry, baby Hitler, but I don't know. You're still really cute because you're just a little baby. Oh, but you're going to kill all the Jews. I don't know. Oh, no. Like, what do I do? Oh, good times. Good times.
So this week, yesterday, Trenton came back from California. Like I said, so we went and picked up Trent. Shout out Trent. And we also met up with my Aunt Kara, Uncle Del Brico, my cousin Malaya and Tatiana, and her new boyfriend, Adon. Yeah, which he was a cool guy. I only talked to him for like 2 seconds, but he's cool.
He may be a Don, but you're the Don.
That's
so
right.
Don't let that bother you.
That's exactly correct. And they are in the Air Force, and my cousin Tatiana just made staff sergeant. Yes.
Nice.
Shout out Tatiana. She just made staff sergeant.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Yes. And so they met in Air Force Leadership School, is where they met.
Is that in California?
I do not know. They graduated up here, but I don't know where the actual schooling was.
Okay. I know there is some form of leadership school down in the place where I went to school in California, in Petaluma.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful area.
No, we went to Dave & Buster's. For anybody who's listening for a long time, I did go back to Dave & Buster's. That is a thing I did. I did not get kicked out this time. I drank probably the same amount this time as I did last time. And played some games. I whooped my wife's ass in Justice. Played some fucking Terminator shoot-em-ups. And some Alien shoot-em-ups.
Oh, I love those games, man.
Me too.
The big arcade thing. And it's got the giant gun.
Yeah.
I love those games.
And they're advanced to the point that like it's like a, it's a rifle that you're holding, and there's a clip that you slap in the bottom to reload, and there's a button up here for a grenade launcher, and then the trigger. Yeah. It's like, they're super cool.
Does it have like the little motor inside that shakes it while you shoot?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and those were really fun. I feel like we played something else, but that doesn't really matter. So we did that yesterday. I think that's all we really did this week. We had our Christmas meeting at work. There's a new guy there named Dan. So how do you feel about that? There's another guy named Dan at my work. Dan's and Dave's everywhere. There's like 3 dudes named, Dave that worked there. And then when the show starts, I have the coolest fucking thing to tell you, and I might cry. It's been a couple of days, so I might not, but it was really cool, and I'm excited to tell you about it. But I think that's all that I did this week. The fucking Saints lost on Thursday night to Dallas.
They did.
That was crazy. That was a great fucking game. The Dallas defense was fucking incredible that night. I was impressed. I was super happy that I watched it. I did, however, have Dak Prescott in 2 leagues, and he fumbled twice. What the fuck?
Whoa.
Before that, he was doing great, but then he fumbled twice. And
did you get negative points for fumble?
So I fucked us up, right? In our league, you lose 1 point for the fumble, and then if you lose the ball, like if the other team recovers it, you lose 2 additional points.
Good.
So
penalize them.
So it's 3 points if you lose a fumble, which is,
and that's from
tough.
Either your running back or your tight end or your wide receiver.
Yeah, anybody who's carrying the ball and fumbles it. Yep, minus 3 points if you fumble it and lose the ball. If you fumble it and pick it back up, or someone on your team picks it up, then it's only minus 1 point.
It's like an error.
Yes.
In baseball.
Yes. So that's part of the jam in our league, which is really tough, but we're figuring it out. So,
It's a fun league. We'll say that.
Yeah, the 14-teamer is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's super tough. This is the last week of regular season. Next week is playoffs. So we got real shit going on.
Yeah, I've rolled the dice, man. I said it's the shit or get off the pot time.
Yeah.
I'm making some moves, just trying to stay alive in the end, just trying to get that last. I just want to get that last spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, just eke right in.
And I don't know.
That's all you got to do. All you got to do is make it to the playoffs. That's all you got to do. Because once you're in there, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got to win game by game. You know, after that, your record doesn't matter. Nothing else matters unless there's some type of crazy fucking tie. And then your record and stuff matters. But that's.
So to get into the playoff, is it the record that counts or is it the total points?
It is your record, but then if you have tied records, then there's tiebreakers. I think it's like points for or some such shit. You'd have to look in the league info, and that would tell you what the tiebreakers are. Okay. Because I don't know off the top of my head. And they're different in the playoffs than they are in the regular season.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because it's, I don't know, like the way our league just got split up.
Yeah.
Like our division
and stuff.
Our division is actually much stronger than the other division.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because I'm still doing better than some, like, maybe 3 or 4 people in that division.
But it's still a strong
But I'm still
division.
towards the bottom of ours.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to make it.
But tough.
You never know. We have 3 people now that are tied. We have a tying record of 5-7.
Yeah.
And then it jumps up to 7-5, Mr. Chief of Stratford.
Out here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I'm in it to win it.
Boom.
7-5 is not a great record, but I feel all right about that. I'm in the playoffs. That's what matters. I got to play Boston KC week 1 as it sits right now, but we'll see what happens as far as losses and shit. Fucking Lacey has Kareem Hunt, and he just got cut from the Chiefs. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, Kareem Hunt, star running back for the Chiefs, 23 years old. Video came out of him pushing a lady and then like tackling her and kicking her. And so,
I think I saw that this morning.
Yep. So he got cut, and he'll probably be suspended from the league for a year, or at least.
I would hope so.
Someone else will most definitely pick him up because he's only 23. But
what position does he play?
Running back. Crazy good running back for like an amazing offense. So that was crazy. And she has Kareem Hunt. Let me tell you how good I'm getting at fantasy football. Let me tell you, because this is how good I'm getting, right?
I'm trying to glean some of this.
So fucking good. Well, I like to call this handcuff season. Okay. Right? Because at this point, there's like really strong players like Kareem Hunt, Ezekiel Elliott, fucking Alvin Kamara, people like that you need to have their Melvin Gordon, because he just got hurt last week. You need to have their backup, because if they go down, that person's going to come in and they're going to be a fucking league winner, right? So on Wednesday, in 2 different leagues, I picked up Kareem Hunt's backup. On fucking Wednesday, I picked him up, had him on my bench, so I didn't have to go and try and pick him up when Kareem Hunt gets cut yesterday. Already had him. So now I got this guy. Lacey got fucked over because I have Spencer Ware on my bench, and now he's in my goddamn lineup, and now he's going to help me beat Case Bowles this week.
Lacey doesn't need any help.
Fuck no.
We need to start bringing baseball bats, start smashing kneecaps.
If she wins 2 years in a row, she doesn't get to come back. That's how that works. So we'll see what happens there. Yep. And also Leonard Fournette is suspended this week. So that is what, that's what Morgan gets.
That's mini sports.
That's what Morgan gets for being Morgan. So that's it. That's all we're going to do for the pre-show, because I bet that little camera stopped. But it'll be, I don't know how long we're really going.
I don't mean either.
But we'll see. So again, I'm Donovan.
I'm Colin.
And this is Salt of the Streets. Check it out on Monday for the episode, Tuesday for the full episode video. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Peace the fuck out. We should have been watching on Facebook this whole time. I bet people have been talking to us.